Are you sure you want to play this game?
So yeah, thanks for watching the channel. Back with another video. This is Ed from Kansas City. So I decided, because I thought of something, and you understand the topic when I'm done with this video again. A lot of players in large mobile, the Titan guys, they get a lot of messages in their videos. A lot of the players or fans or subscribers, some of which who contribute to the channel and support the channel financially, they might ask the question, how much have you spent on the game? And I've noticed a lot of the players, none of them will disclose that. And I haven't even seen a lot of them estimate it. I wonder why that is. Is it because they're smarter than everybody else? Or is it because they're ashamed? It ain't, I'm certain, it's not because they don't want to boast or brag, because the account will speak for itself. So why is it that they don't disclose that? It's their personal business, right? Of course, that's definitely true. But they talk about so many other things. Now, listen, I don't want to come off like I'm better than anybody else. That's the first thing I don't want to do. But this is a challenge. This is a challenge because we watch the large mobile YouTubers, the ones that boast about how many people they zero and boast about their account and their gear, their tack and their blast. And I mean, we all boast about the good things about our accounts. So these people don't have a boasting problem. Trust me, they don't have that. But they never ever disclose to the community or to their audience what they are spending on the game, which I think is kind of, in a sense, they always tell you, we always hear people saying to have a maxed out account costs this much or that much. People always estimate or they give a ballpark figure. But they just, a lot of the players never come out and tell you or show you what they've spent on the game, which I don't think is necessarily, it don't mean you're rich or you're broke. Or either way, it's just a matter of people having a true knowledge of what you've spent on the game. Now, everything we spend on the game does not mean that it was actually an item that could actually build the account or the castle, so it doesn't necessarily make it where it's something that's going to be permanent might or something like that. A lot of it is the might that, replacing troops, healing troops, resources, speed ups, all sorts of stuff that we have done on the account. So what I wanted to do today is something different. I want to get my free one here first. I've been taking you guys' advice, and I got me some tokens here. And I want to go in here and see if I can get some. I think they've changed it on us, guys. Because last time they had the. Well, they still got them in here. So I want to go in here because you guys have really been encouraging me to do this. I've heard over and over again that this is the way to go. So that's the way I'm going to go. I'm going to go this way here. As you can see, I got me some tokens here. So I'm going to dig into that. But first I want to, before I dig into that, like I said, I want to put a challenge out to all of the pay to play large mobile players to give the actual numbers of what you've actually invested in IGG in large mobile, so that players in the audience will really know what it really costs to get to a certain place. Now, me personally, I've spent quite a bit. I've already spoken about what I've spent on this game, and I'm going to show you. But a lot of it is, you know, like I said, some of it is wasted. You know, there's a lot you can spend. I've heard people say you can spend 5,000, 7,000. They give these ballpark figures and purchase you a maxed out account. But some of them have spoke and said, how much does it really cost to have a full champion, just a full champ account? Maybe it does not maxed out, but maybe you've got all champ pieces. Mythic. How much does those actually cost? And I'm not talking, I mean, I know there's a lot of times where, like myself, players have purchased things that you purchased wrong. You mismanaged the money and didn't get the best out of it. You overspent and don't have anywhere close to a maxed out account. That's me, of course. So my thing is, why are they ashamed to say it? Now, like people say, yes, none of their business. It's nobody's business but theirs what they've spent. But they have no problem showing off the account. But while we're showing off the account, it's like if I drive a Rolls Royce, people are going to know what I spent for it, for the most part. You know, there's not going to be much of a guessing game if I pull up in a Rolls Royce or a Bugatti or, you know, or a very expensive car. You know, the ones that they only make 3 and 4 of them of, or 5 of them of, and then stop making them. You know, so people are going to kind of know what's going on. You know, you don't have to say it. Yeah, you don't have to say it. You don't have to tell people that. But the thing I'm looking at is this. If we're aspiring people to play this game, why not show them the facts of what it actually costs, or a real figure amount of what it really costs? How much are people really pouring into this game? And that's where I want to show you guys, by starting with me. Now, this ain't a popular thing, and like I said, if other YouTubers don't do it, and like I said, you know who the main YouTubers that's been around for a long time. I've seen Sneaky Tosh, and you know, and Worthy Prince, and Alvarex, and you know, Duck Hunter, Ether Trap. You know, it's a ton of YouTubers out there, but hardly any of them ever go into what it costs to be a pay-to-play player in large mobile. Now, I think informing people is really good, because we can tell people, we all know, some of us don't know, free-to-play, that's if you think pay to play is a nightmare, free to play has to be like getting up just to die every day. And I ain't talking about it in a good way. So, starting with myself, let's roll. So here we are. Here we go. I started playing Lords Mobile in 2016. You always start with the little packs and things like that. I don't think I started investing in the game until I got actually zeroed or bullied or, things like that. I didn't start off the game, investing in it or paying to play to build properly. I kind of started off playing the game to basically protect myself or defend myself, or in a sense to I guess show people I had money, or I don't know. I don't have money. So here you have it right here. Man, I'm still in 2016. Look at that. You want to be a pay-to-play player. Now, keep in mind that some of the stuff I've spent on the game were unnecessary purchases back then. Things you didn't have to buy, or, for troop might. I mean, back then, the cost that you paid to build and train troops was nothing like today. You wasn't buying one and getting one free. There were not discounts or 15%, 5%, 20%, 30%. There was none of that. It was all straight over the board. As a matter of fact, do you know that the training boosts or packs that they have today did not reflect any of the packs that they had then? No, they didn't have that much. You wasn't buying it like that. The packs didn't come like that. That changed as the game, players, a lot of big players started kind of leaving. So that would change then. Now, we're going to go through something here because, like I said, I started in 2016, and it was around 2000 and the end of 19 or around early 2020 is when I walked away from the game. I just had spent so much by then. I'd already spent 22 by when I walked away. And I thought that was enough for me. I really didn't have nothing to show for it at all. And as you can look at today, I still don't have really anything to show for it. I'm thinking nowadays, I mean, even if you took what I initially spent on this game, it was a mistake. Of course it was a mistake. If I knew I had already spent, I mean, listen, if I had knew what I was walking into, man, I had already spent probably, I think, 6,000 or 7,000. I didn't even have T4s. Yeah, so, when you're spending so many things, such as for troops, I think that was kind of like the main thing I spent, because I didn't have the knowledge of what certain gear pieces, and the gear pieces you had then were nothing like they are today. You didn't have phalanxes and you didn't have wedges and all of that. Your boost and your stats were what it was based off the heroes that you had, and that was pretty much where your stats came from, and then of course from the might of your castle. But other than that, you didn't have all of that. You know, you didn't have these familiars and the phalanxes. So in my era of playing, when I initially started, things were a lot different. So by the time I walked away, as we're about to see here, by the time I walked away, I'm just in November of 19, guys. I'm going to try to speed this up. Because by then, I guess it's going back and forth, to be honest. But back then, there's 2020. Here's about the time where I'm about to walk away from this game, right in 2020. I guess I went on through April. There it is, guys. This is when I walked away, right around here. 2020. I stepped away from Lost Mobile. I gifted my account to a dear friend of mine, and he had been playing just as long as me. I brought him into the game, got him up on it. We was in the guild together. We played together for a few years. He never spent a dime on Lost Mobile. Never. And he had more money than me. And he never played Lost Mobile. He worked hard. He worked real hard. As you can see right here, I made a mention. You see, I spent $1.99 on, I guess that some emeralds, probably for Hero Wars. Yeah. And I don't know if I spent that based off Google Play credits or was it just regular my money. You know. So, yeah. There it is again. Because that's what I kind of played that a little bit. So I guess I probably spent somewhere in there. And there's some other little things I guess you can see I spent there. And I probably was using Google credit money or something like that when I made those, possibly. And you see the little credits there. It's possible. And yeah, as you can see here, still no Large Mobile. Stepped away from it. But lo and behold, that's when I started playing back Large Mobiles, guys. October 2024 is when I got the account back. It was zeroed. He hadn't logged on in months. And so I took the game back, and as you can see, watch the spending when I started back, because I know what it costs in the game. So initially in October, you see what I spent in October? In that little short time of October there. Here's November, what I spent in November. November 29th. There's a story behind this, guys. My baby ended up getting sick, and we ended up spending a lot of time in the hospital. And I, at that point, started playing Large Mobile. Just kind of living in a hospital in a sense with my baby. But it was a tough time, so I wasn't working as hard anymore, and so I went to playing the game around this time. And it was before then. She had went before Thanksgiving, something like that. So while I was in there and going through some stuff, I started playing it again. And it was on. Then it was on, guys. Right back on. And there you have it. Back at it. And this is the time here that I started. Like I said, I got in a guild, and I had to replace troops because I didn't have any. I had like 400k troops or something like that. Mostly T2, T3, very few. Not even really any T4 at all. I didn't have T5s. I didn't have familiars. I didn't have I didn't have artifacts. I didn't have my gear. I didn't really have any mythic gear. A few pieces. But I didn't have any champ gear or anything like that. And so this is what happened. 2023. It was around about, I think I really spent hard for to kind of nudge up to the point where I'm at today. And yeah, sometimes you spend easily 4,000 or 5,000 a month easy. It's just nothing. It's deceptive for one, because you can turn around and you can spend $4.99. You can spend, as we see, $1.99. You can spend $9.99. You can spend $1.99 again. That's money that you can definitely be using to save and pay bills with, but you don't really pay bills and things. You don't really pay your bills $1.99 or $4.99 on your bills this week and that week. You kind of pay them in the lump sum, or you don't really go and say, okay, here, I got a car note or a house note. Let me go put $4.99 into that. Or let me go put $19.99 into that. Let me go put $24.99 into that, as I have it, or because it's in the bank. You don't do that. You don't put 99 in, maybe put 99, make a payment of 99, you don't do it. You just, you spend that in big chunks when you got it or when it's time to spend it. That's a part of the tricky part of, investing in this game, is having that money where you can spend a 99 cent or $19.99 or $49.99 or $59.99. And next thing you know, you look up, you're like, damn, I spent $600 this week. You're like, oh, shucks. Like, man, I didn't have that. Damn. And then you're wrecking your brain like, oh, man, what am I going to do? I just spent $2,000 on this damn game again. And that's what I mean by sometimes the drop rates can really just mess up your whole week. Because you can go and sit there and I just spent $500 and I got two gold Crimson Mains or 4 Halos. And you're like, man, this is some bull. IGG not going to help you. They are not going to take any responsibility. They're like, we do not give a damn about what you just talking about. That's on you. It's like the drug dealer to the drug user. He's like, I don't give a damn that you spent all your rent and your money and your baby's needs on drugs. He's like, what that got to do with me? Here's $5, here's some gems, that's just in February.
With tragic consequences.
So, I'm going to ask you guys,
a rare form of
if
tuberculosis.
you've seen all of that,
She succumbed in a matter of seconds.
other YouTubers and max account accounts won't tell you that.
Now, are you sure you want to play this game?
So seeing that, what do you think these people are playing on this game? you guys know for yourself, when every new update or something new comes out, some YouTubers, they're pushing that button. You know, you look up and they got 20 million gems or 13 million gems, or you're like, damn, how you get 1 million gems? How you get 20 million gems? Then you look back the next day and how you got 47,000 gems? You just had 15 million. You just had 30 million. Where you get those gems from, and why you got 67,000 gems left out of 15 million? And you're like, I don't see anything updated in your account. It's like, what'd you spend all those gems on? That's a lot of gems, guys. So my challenge is to the YouTubers out there and all the big players out there that got these maxed out accounts. Why not tell the Lord's Mobile community? Why not put it out there so everybody will know just how much IGG is making